Good afternoon, Jacqueline.
Good afternoon.
Well, in this opportunity, I am going to be your teacher. Today, we are going to learn some tips or we are going to talk about some required skills that we need to be a good moderator. Yes?
Very. Okay.
Okay, Jacqueline, could you introduce yourself, please?
Well, my name is Jacqueline Roque Hernandez. I'm an English teacher. I work at UPN in Lima, and I am Portuguese teacher too.
Nice, very good. Okay, Jacqueline, let's start writing or developing a short activity. Please give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I am going to write some characteristics of a good moderator. Yes, I mean,
Okay.
I am going to write one and you should write another, like in a ping pong. Yes?
Okay.
Can you see what I have written?
Yes, helper.
Helper. Very good. Now, it's your turn, please.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay.
Good. Creative. Now it's my turn. Okay. What I have written?
Motivator.
Very good.
Okay, now it's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay.
You
get it? Yes?
Yes, very good. Okay. So these are some Can you read what I have written, please?
Okay, needed skills to be a good moderator online.
Very good. Now, please, we are going to continue with this video conference. Give me a second, please. Okay, good. Pay attention, please. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, Jacqueline. Give me a second. Okay. Good. Now we are going to start with this short presentation. Yes?
Okay.
Good. Can you read, please, the first, sorry, can you read the title of this short conference?
Yeah. Well, it says first video conference session and the title is Synchronous Learning.
Okay, good. Let's continue, please. Good. Here we have needed skills to be a good moderator. Okay, and we are going to check the first one. Read, please, the first one, Jacqueline.
Empathetic.
Okay, the second one is enthusiastic. The third one, please.
Monitor.
Okay, the fourth one is communicative. The last one, please.
Helper.
Very good. And you have some coincidences here. Yes? Okay, very good. Well done. A nice job. Okay, now please.
Thank you.
Okay, can you tell me What is your definition, or can you define using your own words about empathetic?
Well, empathetic, I think, means that the teacher needs to have the ability to make the students feel comfortable during a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if a teacher is a real empathetic person, it means that all his or her students are going to feel fine in a lesson with him or her. No.
Yeah, that's right, Jacqueline. An empathetic moderator is, as you mentioned, a teacher who is going to promote good environment or a good climate to work in classes. I mean,
Okay.
you as a moderator, as an empathetic moderator, should motivate your students be comfortable working with his or her classmates. Okay,
Okay.
let's continue with enthusiastic. In
Mhm.
your own words, what does enthusiastic mean?
Well, I think that an enthusiastic teacher, I think it's connected to empathetic,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that an enthusiastic teacher has to be a person that try to share uh, good feelings to his or her students. I mean, for example, as any teacher, especially online teachers, they have to a teacher has to know that it's very important to set a nice atmosphere with the student, and obviously it's only possible if the teacher makes the students feels good.
Oh.
Maybe he has a good sense of humor, or he tries to do activities
Mhm.
to okay, maybe in some cases, no, funny activities to make the students feel fine.
Great definition, Jacqueline. Well,
Hmm.
I just want to say that an enthusiastic teacher is a teacher who is all the time pushing his or pushing her students to go ahead, to continue, to saying, come on, you
Exactly.
go. And remember that an inspired teacher produces
Uh-huh.
inspire a student. I mean, an
Hmm.
enthusiastic teacher is a teacher who all the time is checking his or her students' behavior
Mm,
and
okay.
pushing them up,
uh,
cheering them up. Yes? Good.
exactly. Hmm.
Nice job. Let's continue, please, with monitor. Okay? What is monitor for you? What's your idea about this term?
For example, that is something interesting, no? Because you uh, gave me a definition for enthusiastic, and
Mhm.
you mentioned a little bit about the monitor teacher, no?
Mhm.
Because, for example, if the teacher is pushing the students to take part with the course, to do the activities, I don't know, to explain the doubts that the student has, okay, is monitor the lesson and the student as well, no? And definitely the online teacher has to be a good monitor, because he's paying attention in what his or her students do at
Okay.
any moment, at any time, no?
Mhm. Remember that we as teachers should monitor the work or the performance of our students in order to evaluate the progress that
Exactly.
they are making, they are producing, yes? So
Mm-hmm.
what's more, when you monitor online job, it's more personal in order to
Exactly.
give them more enthusiasm, yes? So it's very important to be present in your online classes. Okay,
Exactly.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's continue, please, with this adjective, communicative. What does
Mm-hmm.
communicative mean for
Okay,
you?
I think that the teacher has to prepare the correct speech for the student. For
Mm-hmm.
example, in our case, that we as English teacher, we have to prepare a correct speech according to our students' level. You know, for
Yes.
example, if we are teaching English one, or beginners, students, definitely the speech that we're trying to have, or the ideas that we're trying to communicate, are going to have special expressions that can be easy for the students to understand.
Yeah, good. Good, Jacqueline. Okay, communicative term implies different definitions, but all of them are very connected. For example, as you mentioned, a communicative teacher should dosify the level of the language, and he or she should dosify the activities according to the objectives and according to the topic that he or she is developing. Yes, that means communication is very important in order to send and receive messages in a good way.
Exactly.
That is good. And well, let's continue with the last adjective or the last skill considered to be a good moderator, helper. What does a helper moderator mean for you?
Okay, I think that helper is extremely connected to monitor. Because if a helper, okay, in a general definition, I think it's a person who is trying to support, okay, a person in general. As English teachers, a helper is a person who is trying or is supporting, in fact, his or her student most of the time. And it is connected to monitor, because if you are monitoring your students, you're going to be able to maybe to deduce or to check the things that your student needs to improve. No, and when you're helping him to improve the things that he needs to change, okay, you're showing that you are a good helper.
Good. Well, I didn't consider the importance of this adjective at the beginning, but now considering the order, I can say that it was the correct order, because helper implies when you are empathetic, you are going to help them to be connected with the class. When you're a helper, you are enthusiastic, and your enthusiasm provokes a good reaction in your students. And when you're a helper, when you monitor, you are going to help them to solve doubts, to solve problems, and maybe to solve some internet problems with with the technology. And when you are a helper, you are going to communicate that you are here for all the students, not just for one student, for all the students. Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's continue with the next part. Okay. Now, before starting, Jacqueline, can you give me what is your perspective about synchronous learning? How do you consider? What does it mean? How does it work?
Well, as a general definition, I think synchronous learning is something related to be at the same time. Right? That I understand that for synchronous.
Okay.
Right? But if we think synchronous learning, I suppose that is it's an action, okay, where teachers and students can be together at the same time, right? To learn any lesson, for example. I think that is, no?
Perfect. Your definition is great. Okay, learning, synchronous learning is the kind of learning that occurs at the same time, but not in the same place. Yes? For example, like you and me, we are chatting and we are giving you feedback and you are giving me your ideas, but we are sending and receiving messages at the same time, but we are not at the same place. Yes? Synchronous learning means be connected at the same time, but not in the same place. Okay? Now, please, we are going to watch a video, and then you are going to give me your opinion about the video. Give me some ideas. What do you think about the video?
Okay.
Click on, please, the orange link, Jacqueline.
No, I can do it. Could you help me, please?
Oh, well, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. Just a minute.
Tracy, why do you prefer synchronous learning?
There are many advantages.
Can you see the video, Jacqueline?
No, not yet.
Synchronous learning.
Okay, a moment. Something
Okay.
run. Good.
Ah, perfect. Now, yes.
Okay, good. Now, please, let's listen.
Okay.
Tracy, why do you prefer synchronous learning?
There are many advantages. Immediate feedback is provided. Collaboration between myself, the instructor, and classmates. It is flexible and I love participating with diverse learners.
But what about the disadvantages? I don't have the knowledge or quality of technology to keep up. And living on the East Coast is never convenient with schedules. I just can't focus unless I have the teacher in a classroom with me.
Well, Ryan, synchronous learning is not for everyone. We must agree to disagree, but I love synchronous learning.
Okay. Jacqueline, do you want to watch the video again or it's just enough?
Could you, I like to watch it again, especially at the beginning, because
Okay.
I want to pay a little bit more attention.
Uh-huh.
Tracy, why do you prefer synchronous learning?
There are many advantages. Immediate feedback is provided. Collaboration between myself, the instructor, and classmates. It is flexible and I love participating with diverse learners.
But what about the disadvantages? I don't have the knowledge or quality of technology to keep up. And living on the East Coast is never convenient with schedules. I just can't focus unless I have the teacher in a classroom with me.
Well, Ryan, synchronous learning is not for everyone. We must agree to disagree, but I love synchronous learning.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, yes.
Good. Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Jacqueline, can you mention or can you talk about the advantages and disadvantages of synchronous learning?
Well, according to the video, I think that the advantage that they mentioned, the girls mentioned the advantage of the immediate feedback.
Okay.
I think she's referring to the importance of giving immediate feedback because it's similar to a real lesson, not to a face-to-face lesson. But it has, but the advantage, in fact, is that in an online lesson, okay, the feedback can be a little bit more individual, no? I think that is
and
the advantage.
Disadvantage?
At the disadvantage, I think that the man mentions the disadvantage. He says that, for example, to use the technology, okay, you have to know, you need to have a sort of quality of technology.
Yeah.
No? So it's important to know how to use the technology for this specific method of learning, no? And that is for him is a disadvantage.
Okay, good. Let's continue, please. And here we have, here we have some benefits of synchronous learning. Okay, some advantages, some good points of synchronous learning. Okay, as you mentioned, here we have the immediate feedback. Good. Well, immediate feedback, as you mentioned before, occurs at the same time when you send when you do some activities, and maybe your teacher, when he's monitoring your work, he's going to give you the feedback immediately in a personalized way, because maybe you are connected and you are establishing communication. Yes. And well, apart from this, in the video, she mentions collaboration. Okay, what do you think of this benefit, Jacqueline?
Okay, I think collaboration because, for example, as we did, for example, when you show me the whiteboard, okay, the task was to write the features that we consider are important in an internet, in an e-moderator, and for example, I wrote one adjective, then you after then it was my turn again. So I think we're collaborating together to follow naturally with the lesson. I think that is
Yes.
one of the meanings.
Yes, that means collaboration. Collaboration means to be communicative, to interact. There is an interaction between all the students, and there is an interaction between students and teacher. Taking each of them there, it's enough time. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's continue with motivation. This is a good benefit. Let's talk about it.
Yes, definitely, because for example, I think that is one of the most important differences between synchronous learning or online lessons and face-to-face lessons. Because for example, in a face-to-face lesson, I mean in a classroom, okay, well, the teacher is in front of the classroom and the students are on their chairs, and okay, even though most of the students are paying attention to the teachers, okay, it's a little bit difficult to get all of them involved in the same way in the lesson. It depends on the time. For example, if it's a course at night, if it's a lesson at night, or when it's extremely early. But in a synchronous learning, in an online learning, okay, the teacher and the students are in the best time to be together in a lesson. And I think that in advance, both the teacher and the students are going to have a nice lesson because they have the enough time and they feel comfortable to study at that moment.
Okay. Yes, Jacqueline, you are right. That is what asynchronous learning implies. And please, according to you, what is your favorite skill to be a good moderator of synchronous learning?
Okay, well, as moderator, I think, as you mentioned, the most important is helper. Because the helper includes all the characteristics that we mentioned. Empathetic, enthusiastic, monitor, and communicative. Because in fact, to be a good helper as English teachers, we have to cover all the previous adjectives, right? So I think that is the most important if we're talking about good moderators. And if we're talking about synchronous learning, definitely I think that's very interesting. I think in general the collaboration, because the collaboration covers everything, because if the student feels motivated, is going to collaborate.
Yes.
Definitely. And if the teacher gives the feedback at the right moment, is collaborating with the student as well, because it's trying to make his or her student a better student, in fact, in a specific topic.
Nice point of view, Jacqueline. I am sure that when you are going to be a moderator, you are going to promote or produce excellent students. Now we continue with this. Okay, can you see the screen, Jacqueline?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, good. In order to finish this video conference, I would like, please, you to create a sentence using helper, using motivator, using enthusiastic, and maybe creative. A sentence that connects all of these adjectives in order to make a summary of this short conference, Jacqueline.
Okay, very good. Right. Right.
Or maybe
okay.
2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I think that I can sum up them in only one. No. To be a good moderator.
Could you write it on the? Could you write it using, please, the whiteboard?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. In a written way, please.
Yes. Let me check. I'm gonna write in red. Yeah. To be a good moderator online, you have to be able to motivate your students in a creative way with enthusiasm to show him or her, to show them you can be a real helper.
Okay.
I think. Let me check. Oops. Can you see it? Yeah. Oops.
Oh, wait. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Let's read it. To be a good moderator online, you have to be able to motivate your students in a creative way with enthusiasm to show them that you can be a real helper. Very good. Nice job. Definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, give me a chance. I'm going to create a new one. Yes.
Okay. Great.
I'm going to create a new one. Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay. Can you read it, please?
Yes, one of the most advantages of being a teacher is to help my learners, showing my enthusiasm and creativity every day.
Good.
Very good.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, I think this video conference has a lot of benefits. I hope you have enjoyed learning with me because I have
Of
learned
course.
of you many things.
Thank you very much, teacher. Me too.
Okay, good. Bye bye. Take care, you.
Bye bye. Okay, you too. Bye bye, teacher.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Finish.